Motorbikes. Carburetor versus fuel injection. Is the old one really tougher? The world of automotive technology is constantly evolving. Innovations that were once considered cutting-edge are now being replaced by more advanced technologies. One of the most debated topics in the motorcycle world is the battle between carburetor and fuel injection systems. Many claim that carbureted motorcycles are tougher, more durable, and easier to repair. But is this really true? Let's dive deeper. Since the mass production of motorcycles began, carburetors have been the primary fuel delivery system for decades. However, with technological advancements, fuel injection systems have gradually taken over. Nowadays, many new motorcycles have abandoned carburetor technology in favor of fuel injection. This shift isn't without reason, as fuel injection is considered more efficient, environmentally friendly, and adaptable to various road conditions. Nevertheless, many motorcycle enthusiasts still prefer carburetors, believing them to be simpler and more durable. For some, motorcycles are more than just a mode of transportation. They represent a lifestyle and a passion. That's why the debate between carburetor and fuel injection systems continues to this day. Some prefer carburetors because they're easier to service, while others opt for fuel injection due to its practicality and fuel efficiency. So, are carbureted motorcycles really tougher than fuel-injected ones? Or is it the other way around? Let's explore further by understanding how each system works, along with their advantages and disadvantages. To understand the differences between these two systems, we need to examine how they work. A carburetor operates using mechanical principles to mix fuel and air before it enters the combustion chamber. This mixture is then drawn into the cylinder by the piston for combustion. Because it operates mechanically, a carburetor's performance is significantly affected by weather conditions, altitude, and component cleanliness. If there's a blockage, engine power can drop drastically. On the other hand, the fuel injection system relies on electronic sensors to precisely measure the required fuel supply. The ECU, Electronic Control Unit, analyzes various parameters such as engine temperature, air pressure, and speed to determine the exact amount of fuel to be injected into the combustion chamber. This makes fuel-injected motorcycles more fuel-efficient, more stable in different conditions, and capable of producing lower emissions compared to carbureted motorcycles. Advantages and disadvantages of carbureted motorcycles. Advantages: easier to maintain and repair without special tools. More flexible for modifications according to user needs. Can still function with lower quality fuel. Small workshops and traditional mechanics are familiar with this system. Does not rely on complex electronic systems. More resistant to electrical surges or voltage issues. Replacement parts are cheaper and easier to find. Can be started with a push even if the battery is weak or dead. Does not require specialized software or diagnostic tools for maintenance. Disadvantages: tends to consume more fuel compared to fuel injection. Less efficient combustion, leading to higher emissions. Performance can be affected by weather conditions and altitude. Prone to clogging issues in the jets. Requires periodic manual adjustments to maintain optimal performance. The engine is harder to start in cold conditions. Frequent cleaning of the carburetor is needed for optimal performance. Engine power can feel less responsive compared to fuel injection. Advantages and disadvantages of fuel-injected motorcycles. Advantages: more fuel efficient due to precise fuel supply. More stable engine performance in various conditions. Environmentally friendly with lower emissions. Smoother and more responsive acceleration. No need for frequent manual tuning like carburetors. Easier to start in cold conditions due to automatic fuel adjustment. Engine longevity is improved due to more complete combustion. Requires less routine maintenance than carburetors. Cleaner fuel system with minimal carbon deposits. Disadvantages: more difficult to repair and requires special tools. Expensive repair costs if the ECU or injectors malfunction. Harder to modify due to factory-set electronic systems. Not reliable in remote areas without access to modern workshops. Dependent on electrical systems. If the battery or wiring fails, the engine may not start. Electronic components like sensors can malfunction if exposed to excessive water or dirt. If the injector clogs, engine performance can decline and requires specialized cleaning tools. Cannot be started with a push if the battery is completely dead. In terms of performance, fuel injection is clearly superior in efficiency and power stability. However, when it comes to durability and ease of maintenance, carbureted motorcycles still have the edge. Therefore, the choice between carburetor and fuel injection ultimately depends on each rider's needs and preferences. If you're the type of rider who enjoys tinkering with the engine, frequently travels to remote areas, or prefers a system that's easy to repair, then carbureted motorcycles are still an appealing option. But if you prioritize fuel efficiency, better performance, environmental friendliness, and minimal maintenance, then fuel-injected motorcycles are the better choice for the modern era. Another factor to consider is fuel availability. Some regions may still use lower-quality fuel, which is more suitable for carbureted motorcycles. Meanwhile, fuel injection works best with high-octane fuel. Additionally, if you often ride in extreme conditions, such as long-distance travel over rocky or muddy terrain, carbureted motorcycles can be easier to fix in case of issues along the way. On the other hand, fuel-injected motorcycles offer convenience for daily use. Riders who prioritize ease of use without frequent maintenance or manual tuning will find fuel injection to be the more practical choice. There's no need to manually adjust the air-fuel mixture, as everything is automatically controlled by the ECU. Furthermore, in terms of regulations, fuel-injected motorcycles align better with increasingly strict emission standards worldwide. Many manufacturers are phasing out carburetor technology to comply with these regulations. In the future, carbureted motorcycles may become harder to find, especially in countries with stringent emission laws. So, which is better, carburetor or fuel injection? There's no definitive answer. Each technology has its own strengths and weaknesses. What matters most is how we maintain and use them wisely to ensure the motorcycle remains durable and comfortable to ride. So, are you team carburetor or team fuel injection? Share your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your fellow motorcycle enthusiasts, and subscribe to this channel so you won't miss out on more exciting content. Also, turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when a new video is uploaded. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.